Hey everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking at something that I think is on a lot of people's minds these days.
Mm.
It's this feeling that
Okay.
the world might be ending.
Right.
We see all these headlines about climate disasters and economic meltdowns and, AI taking over.
Mm.
It's easy to kind of get swept up in that
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
and feel like things are really going downhill.
Especially for younger generations.
Right.
They're facing down all this
Yeah.
with an uncertain future.
It can be a lot to process.
Oh, sure.
So we're going to dive into all of that today.
Okay.
We've got a really interesting set of sources for this one.
Cool.
We've got some news articles about all these global threats that are out there.
Okay.
But we're also going to be looking at this really strange episode of this podcast called Meta Loaf.
Oh, Meta Loaf. Yeah, I've heard of them.
They're pretty out there.
They are.
They're kind of irreverent, very pop culture-y, but
Yeah.
they can be surprisingly thought-provoking
I agree.
sometimes.
Yeah, their hosts, Cornhill and Woody Stevens,
Right.
they have this great way of blending humor and deeper philosophical stuff.
Yeah.
That's very entertaining.
So in this episode, we're going to be looking at,
Yeah.
they actually tackled this same question.
Oh, wow.
Is the world ending?
Interesting.
They even bring on this guy, Robert.
Oh, yeah, Rob.
He's
He's a recurring guest, right?
yeah, he's their resident commentator, and he has some pretty strong opinions on pretty much everything.
That's right.
But I think he really exemplifies some of the anxieties that we're talking about.
Okay.
So, for example, here's Robert's take on global warming.
All right, let's hear it. Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Glitching deer shattered windshields.
Mm,
Mysterious figures. I mean, part of me wants to say,
right.
come on, Robert.
Yeah.
Was this a
Right.
hallucination?
Yeah, could be.
Maybe his brain was just trying to make sense of this
Right.
traumatic accident.
I mean, that's certainly possible.
Yeah.
We know that traumatic events can trigger all kinds of unusual psychological responses.
Right.
But there's also this other side to it.
Yeah, what's that?
It's like Robert's story
Okay.
really taps into this very human need
Okay.
to find meaning in chaos.
Yeah.
Like, we want to believe that there's something more, some kind of hidden order behind all the randomness of life.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what makes this whole simulation hypothesis so compelling.
Right.
Even if it is a little bit unsettling.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, maybe there's a bigger picture here.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's
a plan.
Yeah, some grand design that we're just not aware of.
I'm just not in on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing a video game and suddenly you realize, oh, there's a whole other level to this.
There's a whole other set of rules and possibilities that I wasn't even aware of.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think Robert's story, whether you believe it or not, raises this really interesting question.
What's that?
Do we ever experience these kinds of glitches in our everyday lives? Like those moments where reality seems to
bend a little bit.
Bend or break.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't quite fit with our expectations of how things should work.
Like, have you ever had deja vu?
Oh, yeah.
Or you think you see someone out of the corner of your eye, but then they're not there?
Right. Or
a string of coincidences.
Yeah, a series of coincidences.
It just seems, that feel
almost
too perfect to be random.
Too perfect to be random.
Exactly.
It's like, is something else going on here? And this is where Meta Loaf takes this really obscene turn.
Okay.
But it also kind of has this insightful twist.
Right.
They introduced this thing called the Baudrillard Alarm System.
Baudrillard Alarm System.
It's from their sponsor.
Okay.
Which is this company called Doomer Solutions.
Doomer Solutions.
And the Baudrillard Alarm System. It's supposed to detect simulacra in real time.
Hold on. I know it sounds crazy.
A machine that can detect simulacra.
Bruh. That's pretty out there.
Like, could you really build a machine that
can detect a philosophical concept?
Yeah, that's like saying we're going to build an app.
Yeah.
That tells you
what's real.
What's real and what's not.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
But I think it's also kind of brilliant.
In what way?
It's like they're satirizing our obsession with technology.
Uh-huh.
We think we can solve any problem with a gadget or an app.
Like technology is going to save us.
Exactly.
From
everything.
life's complexities.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, throughout the episode,
Oh,
this Baudrillard alarm keeps going off.
does it?
Yeah, and it seems completely random.
So they don't even know what's triggering it.
No, it's like a car alarm.
I love
that just keeps going off.
So they're just surrounded by simulacra.
They're like, what is it?
But they don't know what it is.
Yeah, so what is causing this?
That's hilarious.
Like, is it the coffee?
Yeah.
Is it the microphones?
Yep.
Like, what is it?
Are they the simulacra?
Are they the problem?
The simulacra?
Yeah.
It's great.
That's so good.
It's so funny.
It's like this perfect illustration of like,
Yeah.
how do we actually know
Yeah.
what's real and what's not?
If a machine can't do it,
Right. How can we?
then how are we supposed to do it?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it really forces us to like
to think about
our own filter.
Our own filters.
Yeah, like what are the biases and the expectations
if
that
they're shaping our perception?
are shaping how we see the world?
Totally.
Yeah. And so it's like we have to become our own glitch detectives.
Glitch detectives. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to be constantly scanning
for the inconsistency. The cracks in the facade.
Yeah, and the cracks in the facade of our
be a glitch detective.
Perceived reality.
That's your homework for this week.
Yeah, everyone go out and be a glitch detective.
Go out, be a glitch detective.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Those glitches,
yeah,
they're not necessarily bad.
Right.
They can actually be opportunities for growth,
for transformation,
for seeing the world.
To see the world in a new way. Totally.
You know, it's like sometimes you need to break.
You got to break things to see how they work.
In order to rebuild them in a better way.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of the key takeaway from this whole deep dive.
What is it?
It's not just about exploring.
It's not just about exploring the world.
Under the world.
It's about reclaiming our agency.
Reclaiming our agency.
In a world.
In this world.
That's increasingly.
That's full of simulations.
Saturated with simulations.
Yeah.
You know, it's about.
It's about taking control.
Taking control
of our own
perceptions,
our own reality,
and maybe in the process,
of letting go,
of those old simulations,
those outdated simulations,
things that aren't working anymore.
Yeah, maybe we can discover.
Something
even better,
even more profound.
Yeah,
you know, a deeper connection,
from
ourselves to each other and to each other and
the world around us.
The world around us, absolutely.
So as we wrap up this part of the deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought.
What is it?
What simulations are you clinging to in your own life?
Good question.
What beliefs?
What
narrative?
What systems
are no longer serving you? Yeah.
Take some time to think about that.
Think about it.
And as you encounter
new information.
Yeah.
New ideas.
New experiences. Right?
Remember to approach them. With curiosity. With skepticism.
And with willingness.
A willingness to let go.
Of what's
no longer serving you.
Yeah. And hey, you might even encounter a glitching deer.
Along
the way.
Who knows?
So until next time.
Yes.
Keep exploring.
Keep questioning. Keep diving deep. All right, so we're back.
Back again.
And we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
I mean, from climate change and AI and the economy to glitching deer and TikTok and corn.
Right.
It's been a wild ride.
A real whirlwind.
But I think it's been really eye-opening.
I think so too.
Yeah. It's like we started out with this
this feeling
of dread.
Of
yeah. The world is ending. Yeah. Like everything's falling apart.
Yeah, and I think Meta Loaf really captured that.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid to go there.
No.
But they also offered this
different perspective,
alternative way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
maybe it's not the world that's ending.
The whole world that's ending. Yeah. Maybe it's just
the
ideas.
The old ideas.
Or systems.
The systems that don't work anymore.
That aren't working anymore. Right. Maybe those are the things that are...
simulations.
The simulations.
The simulations are ending.
Yeah, it's we've been living in this...
We've built this world.
Virtual reality.
This virtual reality.
And now the headset is
Yeah, and the headset is malfunctioning.
Glitching out.
It's glitching out.
Sad. We're seeing
We're seeing the cracks.
The code.
Underneath.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
It can,
but it's also kind of...
But it's also exciting.
Exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it means we can change it.
It means, like, we're not just stuck in...
We're not just stuck...
this pre-programmed reality.
That's program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in The Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
With the blue pill and the red pill.
And the red pill and the blue pill.
Yeah.
What'll it be?
Yeah. Do you want to stay...
Do you want to stay in the dream world?
In the comfortable illusion?
The simulation.
Or do you want to wake up?
To reality.
To the real world.
Yeah.
Even if it's like...
Even if it's messy.
Kind of scary.
And painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this deep dive...
They've been like...
Offering that red pill.
Making the red pill.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about like...
It's not about pretending
everything's fine.
that everything's fine.
And
it's about being honest.
Being honest about the challenges.
About the challenges that we face.
Yeah.
But it's also about empowering ourselves.
Empowering ourselves.
To see those challenges.
To see them clearly.
And to question.
To question the narratives.
The narratives that we're being given.
The stories that we're being told.
And to become more aware.
More aware.
Of how our reality.
Our reality is shaped.
By forces. That we may not even be aware of.
Yeah, that we might not even be aware of.
Yeah.
So like, how do we do that? How do we develop this like simulacra detection ability?
Simulacra detection. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like, is there an app for that?
I wish there was an app.
Right.
But unfortunately, no.
No.
There's no app.
But you already have the most powerful tool.
The most powerful tool.
You have your own mind.
Your mind. Your beautiful mind.
You're beautiful.
It's about cultivating
critical thinking skills.
Critical thinking.
Yep.
Seeking out diverse perspectives
and being willing to
question your own assumption.
Your own assumption.
Like we all have biases.
We all have biases.
We all have blind spots.
Blind spots.
So it's about being
aware of those.
Aware of those.
And being willing to challenge them.
Yeah.
To challenge them.
It's like we have to become our own glitch detectives.
Glitch detectives. I love that. I'm going to keep using that.
We're going to go out there.
Yeah, look for the glitches.
The inconsistencies.
The inconsistency.
The cracks in the facade.
The cracks in the facade.
Yeah. And the thing is, those glitches.
The glitches?
They're not always bad.
They're not bad.
They can be opportunities.
Opportunities for growth.
For growth, for learning.
For learning.
For transformation.
For transformation.
Yeah, it's like
sometimes you got to break something.
You got to break something.
To see how it works.
To see how it works.
Yeah, and then you can put it back together.
And put it back together in a better way.
In a better way.
Right. So this deep dive.
It's
not just about the end of the world.
The end of the world.
It's about
reclaiming our agency.
Reclaiming our agency.
Just in this world. That's so full. Of simulations. It's about realizing.
that we have the power. To shape our own reality. And maybe in the process of letting go. Of those old simulations.
Of the things that aren't working.
The things that aren't serving us anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can discover.
You can discover something even better.
Nothing even more profound.
Yeah.
A deeper connection
ourselves.
To ourselves.
To each other.
And
to the world around us.
The world around us.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive.
As we come to the end of our journey.
I want to leave you with this.
Okay.
What simulations are you holding on to?
What simulation?
In your own life. What beliefs?
What narratives?
What systems?
Are no longer serving you?
What
needs to end? So that something new. Can begin. Think about it. And as you go out into the world. And encounter new information. New ideas. New experiences. Remember. Approach them with curiosity. With skepticism.
And with a willingness to
let go. Of what's no longer serving you. That's all for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening.